Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Paramount Residential Mortgage Group.
In today's mortgage environment, providing our wholesale community with the best combination of product, pricing, technology, and service is paramount to their success. PRMG, built by originators for originators.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway. This is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network and brought to you by our friends at PRMG, working for your best interest. It was a very important week last week. We hit exactly on that target we had been identifying. You know, now you've been hearing this from me for months. 3.04% on the 10-year. Seems like it was kind of an odd number, but wouldn't you know it, we hit just about exactly on it. It was 3.035, some odd decimal beyond that, but it was certainly within a whisker of the 3.04. And then what you see? A retracement down and yields moving lower. This was a very important level here, and I want to show you why. So the first thing is that when we take a look at these levels, some of them have a very long history, and there's none longer than what we saw in the 10-year Treasury yield. Let me show you here. So this is, for the past 30 years, essentially, a downward trend. You can see all of the tops line up along the same axis here, and here's exactly where we were. Now, there's something else called a Fibonacci level. You see this previous high here, too. So you've had these combining highs, this double top here, which is a Fibonacci one as well, and you have this 30-year downward trend in bond yields on the 10-year Treasury. And that caused quite the ceiling there. And in the past, you've hit that and you've seen bounces lower. Now, I'm not sure we're going to see a real pronounced bounce lower, but at least for now, we're going to try to enjoy the move to the downside. The problem is that you do have the personal consumption expenditure, the PCE, which is an inflation number that you're getting today that is a number that's going to be a bit problematic for the markets to digest over time, because higher inflation is the enemy of the bond market. Now, along with this, we're going to get some housing data this week. And of course, here we are. It's jobs time already. So the big jobs report this week as well. Look, these waters are going to be very dangerous to move through, to have a kind of carefree attitude, because you're going to continue to see volatility and swings. And what we really have to watch is that 3.04% level on the 10-year. If it is breached, then you're going to be in for quite the move higher in yields, something that most people aren't anticipating. Look, remember, we've been talking about this for a long time, hitting these levels when yields were far lower. It didn't seem like how we're going to get to 3.04 when we're still even under 2% or the low twos. Yeah, sure enough, we got there, and it didn't take that long of a period of time to do so. You've got to be careful about this level, because the ceiling, while it's currently holding, if we do get continued increases in inflation, really strong job numbers, if the stock market continues to go up, then you're going to see added pressure. And let's not forget here, we told you that come April, and here we are in April, that the Fed was going to be beginning to cut back once again, another ramp down in the amount of purchases of treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. We saw it happen in January when the Fed did this, yields rose. We're seeing it again in April, and certainly when we see it again in July, that will also be problematic. Look, it's not all bad. Rates where they are right now are still terrific, and you need to open your eyes to some other opportunities like adjustables, because 7-year adjustables and 10-year adjustables can be a great solution. Save a reasonable amount of money to kind of negate some of the move up we'd seen in yield. And for all intents and purposes, a fixed rate, because according to the National Association, people on average live in their home for 10 years, but there's a good probability that they'll have the opportunity to refinance within that time frame. So, you know, even though it might be a 7-year adjustable, if you take the savings in the first 7 years and then stretch it out, you're going to guarantee be better than a 30-year fix for a period of 9 or 10 or 11 years, depending on what happens after the 7th year. So these are things you should be thinking about with your customers. The good news throughout all this, last week was another amazing, outstanding week for the housing market. Just incredible. Low inventory, high demand. It is just a wonderful environment if you already own a home. It's tough to get in, yes, but you have the patience, the fortitude. You have to be able to say, okay, look, I'm willing to pay full asking price, come in a bit over asking price. You will be rewarded for that. And certainly with an MBS Highway, all the real estate we have, all the real estate data we have can help you support that, really help you become your realtor's best friend and best asset to assist them in selling more homes. All right, team. We'll see you next week. Get on board MBS Highway. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
PRMG continues to provide our wholesale partners across the nation with better technology, better product, better pricing, and better service. Our nationally recognized brand is more than just an image. It is a symbol of integrity. PRMG, built by originators for originators. Be sure to click on the link below for your free 30-day MBS Highway trial.
This is Mortgage News Network.